Okay, so I'm really excited, but also nervous because I have a past life regression appointment like in an hour. And it was really awesome. There was this woman on Facebook that posted she's working on her hours to get certified in Dolores Cannon past life regression. Just a little backstory. Over the past, I guess 2-3 years now, I've actually been having experiences with remembering past lives, weird, unexplicable stuff. This is in waking life, people that I've met, just all of it's starting to come back. So I'm really excited, but also really nervous because I just feel like either way, this is going to be a very monumental experience. I do believe in past lives. I know a lot of people do not, but with me, it's kind of like I've already been having experiences with that stuff. It's almost at a point where like I'm at a roadblock where it's almost I can't continue my normal day with this on the back of the mind. I can't just dismiss it. So I'm really grateful to have someone that's willing to help with that. She asked me to come up with 20 questions that I want answered. So I'm just gonna share those questions with y'all. And then I'll go into some of the experience that I've had that I'm hoping to get clarity on, and then we can compare after the session. So here are my questions. 1, what is the root of my addictions? 2, who do I still need to forgive? 3, who is Jod? How are we connected? 4, where is my dad now? Gary Lee Brooks is my dad's name. He passed away when I was 12. But there's been so much going on, like I just feel like we're either in constant contact or he's in the future reaching out somewhere. I'm hoping I can get an answer on that. Why have I incarnated at this time specifically? What is my purpose in this life? What happened in Atlantis? Is magic safe for me? Have I always been human? How do I heal unresolved trauma? What do my past lives need? What is my gift or superpower? Who am I channeling, communicating with every day? Why did I hurt people, or why am I afraid that I did? Who is the blue woman in my dreams? Are we evolving physically as a human race? Just gonna throw this one out there. Why do I have memories of being Jesus and Mary? Or why do I believe that I do? How do we heal humanity? Where do my fears come from? And then number 20, why have we forgotten these past lives? So, some of the experiences that I've had that I just have a lot of questions about. There was an experience in this living room. It was over the summer, June 29th to be exact. I will never forget the day because that is the day that I stopped using drugs altogether. Yay. Jonathan and I were in the living room. I had hit the bowl, and there was a part of me inside that knew it was one too many times. And all of a sudden, I just felt this huge, the whole room changed. All of a sudden, back up, but the energy changed. And all of a sudden I just had that feeling like, oh no, like what have I done? Like what have I done? Something shifted, something happened. And I reached to open the screen door. And all of a sudden, as I'm opening the door, I hear in my head, what happens when you watch The Little Mermaid backwards? Something left me, from my understanding, it was a poltergeist. What happens when you watch The Little Mermaid backwards? Well, it's a story about a girl, a princess that has everything and then loses it all. When I came back inside, this living room was underwater. I could feel gills waving. I could feel, it was like just all of a sudden I was underwater. Not only that, but I wasn't me anymore. I've been calling her the sea witch, but this was actually the essence, energy, the archetype, everything was my great-grandmother. So all of a sudden I am my great-grandmother, my nanny, but she is a mermaid in Atlantis, and I could feel the gills, and And she just drops down to her knees. She grabs Jonathan. This is me, right? But it's not me. She grabs Jonathan and she's just tragic, tragic, tragic people, talking about Atlantis, and she begged him to stop doing magic. She begged him, stop doing magic, please. You don't know what you're doing. Something happened. Then thank God, I started coming back, boom, started waking up, and I just dropped to my knee. And that's, well, a different story, but like, that's when I just dropped to my knees and just prayed, God, take this away from me. Take this away from me. I'm done. Never, 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 never. It was horrible. It was just a horrible experience, and I'm so glad that I went through it, because every time I think of that, that's just how I know that I can't start doing those anymore. Okay. I've already shared about when I met Jonathan, and boom, spontaneous Kundalini awakening. I recognized him as Jesus and I was Mary. That's another question I have. Why? And that's come up, it's come up since then too. I'm curious, is that something everybody goes through? Because it doesn't really seem like it, but it doesn't all make sense right now. I have a guess here that maybe this is just something I came up with when I was using drugs, because I felt that bad about myself and I felt like I was that evil, which of course isn't true, but you know, whatever. But when I was using, I started believing that I was Jack the Ripper reincarnated. I started seeing bodies in the backyard and super scared that I was like here in this life to be persecuted and like it was gonna be a gotcha moment. So that was really scary. I'm hoping that will come up in the question, why did I hurt people, or why am I afraid that I did? I remember some other past lives too. I remember Jonathan and I being in, I believe it was World War II or World War I, both men together. And I was in love with him. I was like this cute little short chubby man. I could see like my helmet and like my cheeks, but that was all. And I just remember like looking at Jonathan like, oh my gosh, he's so handsome. I love him so much. Unfortunately, he and I both passed away, I think, in the war. So I never got to live out that little dream of mine. There's another one where I remember I was his wife and he cheated on me in the war. That's another question I have, is like some of these past lives that I remember, they overlap. I wonder how that works. There's the Hispanic woman that came to me one night and told me that I had gone to like this village, I believe it was in Mexico. I had gone to this village in Mexico to start a school for children, and her husband had cheated on her with me, and I felt really remorseful about that. I will definitely post a video with what I learn, if any of that is confirmed or denied or, you know, tweaked a little bit. Yay, thank you.